Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to be using these papers that I did, the collage mixed media papers that I did in the video yesterday. I've made them. They did look grungy. When I look back at the video, they look very grungy, but I am absolutely loving them. They're really nice and dry now. So these are the both of them. This is the lovely pale one, which I am loving, and this is the grungy one. So I've cut 2 strips off, which I'm loving. I do like them when they've been cut up. I'm going to pop those to the side. So I've got a couple of journals here that I would like to add. The reason I made them is because I want to put them in these little side pockets, because I think they would look really nice. And it's sort of like, because these are quite thick, I've done them on watercolor paper, which is 300 GSM paper, and I've just added, I quite like the paint that I've got on the back as well, and I've just added, just rubbed over, I don't know what I've done with my little inky thing there, with my little blending tool. Oh, here we go. Just rubbed over that, just so it gives it a little bit of a grungy feel at the back. And I did this one as well, but I'm quite liking this grubby bit on there. It's quite nice because it's sort of, I think it sort of like blends itself in quite nicely with the journal. So I have done a couple of these. So that one I'm going to pop them there, and I'm going to embellish that. And then we've got this one, and on this one I've just added like a little flip, so you can sort of write on here. I might put some pockets on here. Now what else, the other thing I've also got, which I printed off, I've got so much stuff on my desk, it's a disaster area, but it's fun. I've got these, which are from my flower journal cards, and these are you get these in the kit, and they are the smaller versions of them. And I just thought these would look lovely if you made like little pockets and pop little flowers in there, little flower cards. I think that would look quite nice as well in there, so I might do that. But first of all, but I do like that, I've just stapled that in. It's just a piece of paper that I cut around and stapled it in, and it just hides that. So I haven't, on this piece, I've just popped a little bit of fabric down the side here. I haven't put anything at the top, because I might pop a little paper clip there just to hold that closed if it keeps opening up. So we shall see. But the first one, I think this one goes in there lovely. So I will stop talking and make some bits and pieces. Now I've cut out some of the embellishments and some words, and I've cut out a few more of my little mushrooms because I love those. I printed a few off, and I've got the great big bundle of loveliness here. So these are all the lovely cheesecloth that we dyed the other day that I coloured. Okay, so what shall we do? Shall I just ink around the edge to start with before I start adding bits to it? Now I did have fun in the mixed media yesterday making these, and I've also made some more. I've got some here which I've already cut up into like journal cards, which I'm loving, and I do have some like pinky ones. These ones which I've drawn on. I've got some gesso on there, and then I've just gone around with a black pen just on those two. But look, they just look lovely. I know when you do mixed media sometimes it looks an absolute disaster, but when they're cut up like this, I think they just change completely. So I'm loving those. I'm quite liking my mixed media. I'm trying to do a little bit more, and I want to just do it a little bit more messy, if you know what I mean. Not think about it as much as I normally do. I just want to sort of like do more things like this, because I think it just frees you up a little bit, if you know what I mean. And sometimes we need a little bit of freeing up, don't we? So what shall we put on this one? Shall we just pop a few little mushrooms on the bottom? Because look at that, it looks like a little little field of mushrooms, doesn't it? Shall we have, there we go. Now what we need, I'm going to pop one of these on first, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of cheesecloth on there, so we'll build up like a little cluster on here. So let's stick that one on. Now I'm loving this. I think I coloured this one before, and I've got some green, and then I've got a little bit of this brown. So let's just pop little bits of this on, build it up. Let's pop. I've changed my Fabri-Tac bottle. I popped it into a smaller one. I'm not quite sure whether I did that before or not. So let's stick you on there, and then we'll have this little one there, shall we? Let's stick you down. Pop that there. If you put bits of fabric or something in between, or if you don't have any cheesecloth or anything, put little bits of paper, even little scrunched up bits of paper, because you get that nice depth into your work. I know I do talk about that quite a lot, but I think it makes such a difference in your journals or in your work, or even if you're making a card. Let's just scrunch that. I think it really does. Could have done that a little bit higher, couldn't I? But that's all right. Let's just scrunch that. Just down there, and then we'll stick you on the top of that. Like that there. And then I'll pop a little bit of this grungy green. So these are all sort of like muslin and cheesecloth and stuff, but you get different, I think it's different sizes or different weights or something. And that means there's sort of like holes in between. So some of them are bigger. Or the weave, I think it's the weave that you have. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? I like that. So, shall we have something at the top? Shall we have a word? Now I've got a nice big bunch of them that I cut out here. So, follow the fairies, fairy wings, enchanted folks of the forest. Enchanted forest we could have, couldn't we? Now it's a little bit long, so we have a dingly dangly coming down. Let's just ink around the edge like that. I think I need to, if we dangle down, I've got hole punches somewhere. Let's just punch a little hole in there. Now we need something on there to hold it on, don't we? Should we do a little, cut a little bit of this off? Should we have a little bit, or let's have a little bit of this. Just little bits randomly cut off. And a little bit, I do like this, so we have a little bit of this because it sort of like goes with the red at the bottom, doesn't it? And then, what did I do with that other piece? There we go. And then maybe a little bit of this to pop, if I put a bowl pin through there, let's cut a piece of this off. And this can hold, you can see all the ink that's all over my hands from yesterday, look. Oh, nice unstained. Right, let's pop a little bit of glue on there. Scrunch that up. Now we don't want this to stick up too much because it's got to go into the little pocket, hasn't it? So pop that on, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this, I might have to just sew this on. If I pop it a little bit further, I might pop a few little stitches across the top, so we've got like a little loop there. Yeah, maybe I will just stitch it so that doesn't come off. Scrunch that up there. And then we'll pop this over the top, so it's a nice little bunch on there. Perfect. And then we can hang that down. So let me just get a little ball pin, pop that through there like that, and then we can just clip that on if I can. Pop that on there, and that will just hang down like that. Look at that. I think that looks really, really nice, doesn't it? So I'm going to just quickly, shall I go around all of it? I might go around the whole thing actually. I might just stitch around the whole thing. I'm going to just push that up just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to be 2 secs. I'm just going to sew all the way around the little, it's like a little bookmark, isn't it really? So 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. I think that looks really, really nice. So we've got the stitching around the outside. Loving it. Just snip these little pieces off. And you can see where I sort of like dotted the splattered some ink on there, which is the white and the brown. I think that just adds to it as well. So if you're doing some mixed media, don't worry about it if it looks really messy, because mine looked dreadful yesterday, but I think they turn out really nice. Now that's a really lovely little tag or a little bookmark or anything like that, and that can just pop in there. Actually, that could sort of like dangle out, couldn't it? So there we go, that's that one in there. We don't need to put anything in this one because we already have that. So that one's done in there. So let's just see if there's anything we can do in this one. I haven't really done this one. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, this journal. But I am having so much fun, I don't want to rush it. I want to enjoy it because I really am enjoying making this one. I was sort of like underestimating how much time over. There we go. That fits in there nice, and I quite like that colour. This is almost like a nice sky, isn't it? So what should we put? I do love these. What should we pop onto this one? What have we got in here? Yes, this works really well with this one. So let's find something. Let's find a little something to go on here. Should we have this one? Where the magic and nature meet. Well, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Yes, I quite like that. I might put a little fairy something on this one. Shall we just pop? No, we don't need that, do we? Right, let's pop this to the side. Shall we pop something underneath this one? A little bit of brown. Let's just do like a little grungy bit. Let's just make like a, I've got this one as well. Actually, this might look quite nice. A bit of cotton on there. This might work a little bit better. I might actually just cut a little bit. That might be a bit too dark. So I'll put it on this side because it's going to go in this way. So this will be on the outside. So we want that sort of like showing a little bit on the outside, don't we? That looks nice. Now I am going to just ink just around the outside, just to give it a nice little like frame to it. Now I will probably sew around this one as well because I like that. I like the look of that. And I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to stick this down under here. Is it this way or this way? I quite like that yellowy bit at the top actually. Pop that down. There we go. What else can we put? I can think maybe, I'm not going to do a lot on this, but I might go stitch down here with a bit of fancy stitching, I think, on this one. So let's just have that further down. Then I can just pop maybe a little bow on here. Some of them you want, you know, you don't want everything too fussy. Although I say that and then add more stuff to it, but let's pull this. Oh, there we go. Have a little bow there. There we go, that looks nice. That's pretty, isn't it? Shall we try and do the less is more? I'm going to add a little bit of this at the bottom. Not quite even out enough, is it? I think we need just a little bit this side. So just here. Like this. Then that will sit in between. There we go, that's it. I'm going to leave it like that. A little bit of glue on here. We can stick that down. Look at that, that's lovely. And then we can just pop the little bow on there. Doesn't that look nice? Do we need a little bit more glue on there? No, because I think I'm going to sew that anyway. And then that will just pop into this little one here. Or, actually this looks quite nice on this page, doesn't it? Could let go a little. I like that on there actually. We could clip that. I wonder if I could make it into like a little paper clip and clip it on there, or a big paper clip, wouldn't it? Well, I'm just going to sew round the edge of this a minute, and I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I have gone round the edge. I did a bit of fancy stitching, but I put it on the wrong number, so it's gone a bit funny on there, but it looks nice. I'm gonna just pop that on there anyway. I'm loving this actually. Let's put that on there, stick that on. Now shall we do this so it's a nice big paper clip on here? Look at that, that works well because it's got the daisy on there as well, hasn't it? So that was good. Shall we pop that on there? Loving that. Or we could even use it as a belly band, couldn't we? Do you think we could use that as a belly band? I might. No, because we've got a belly band there, so we don't want another belly band on here, do we? I'm going to make it into a paper clip. Let's take that off. Let's pop this to the side. Let's give ourselves a little bit more room. Now, I've got a little bit of this here. I should have done it on as a paper clip before, shouldn't I, really? Let's just take a little bit of this. Tear that down. Let's get a paper clip with help. I'm going to use, no, there's not enough in that one. I've got big ones somewhere. Got a nice bunch of paper clips. Let's have it so the smaller is there. Fold that up. Shall we do it like that and just stick that on? I think that's what we shall do. Just cut this down. Cut this off and then just add some glue. I'm going to add some of this Fabric in here, just onto the paperclip bit, just so it sticks nicely. Pop that down, stick that on. Pop that on there because then it's a little bit safer, and then we can just stick that to there. Not very neat, should have thought about it before, but that's okay. I'm going to use this glue because it's paper to paper. Just like that. Then we have a little paper clip on there. Not the neatest, is it? But it's good. You could probably do it a little bit tidier than me. I'm just going to pop that on there. Love it. And then this can just then, oopsie daisy, pop on there. If I can get that on there. There we go. And then we've even got like a little paper clip up there. Love it. Love, love, love. So now we need something to go in this pocket now, don't we? So maybe I will use one of these. Maybe I'll just have a little grungy. Couple of little grungy. Oh, it won't fit, will it? Will it fit? Yes, they will. That's what I'll do. I'll use these ones. Are they the nicest? Not that it really matters, does it? How grubby's the back? Oh, that's not too bad. Let's just ink around the edge. Now the other thing you could probably do, oh actually what I might do, I might make a couple of little postcards, not postcards, envelopes to go on the back. Let's just ink these up. Or a couple of like little pockets before I sew around it. That's a good idea. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take another piece of this. I can trim this up in a minute, so let's just take this. Tear that down. Let's just make a little bit more room on my desk. There we go. That's better. So we've got two cards. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to have a little pocket in the back to put things. So what shall we do? Shall we just fold this over? I'm going to just fold this over. like that. Then we can stick that down. I'm going to stick something over the top. Should we make this all nice and grungy? Little corner piece like that, little piece like that. Right, I'm going to just chop this so we've got not right to the edge, just so it gives us a little bit of something. I'm going to pop, let's ink this, because we are going to see this little bit, and I quite like it grungy, like this. Just rub a little bit, there's a little bit of ink on here. There we go. What did I cut off? Was it this piece? Let's have a little bit of glue. Stick that down there. I'm going to sew this anyway, so oops, I've got glue stuck on my finger. So it doesn't matter too much. Just stick this down so that won't get caught in the pocket, in the little, when we pop it in. What else did I cut off? I cut off a piece of this somewhere, didn't I? There we go. Amazing what you can do with just a bit of cheesecloth and some paper, isn't it? Nice little messy bit. I won't put it too close to the edge because we need to just trim a little bit off. Pop that on there, and I'm going to take a little bit of this, pop it along the top, and then stick that on. Uncle that up a little bit. Oops. Well, I'm going to sew that before I stick it on, but that's going to be the pocket. It's not going to be too big, not going to be as long as that. So that will go on there. Let's just ink the back of this so it's not so white. That will go on there. So then we've got a little pocket in there to put little secret bits in. How lovely. So that's that one. Let's do this one. Turn this one over. Let's just ink the back. Let's just ink this. Oops. Probably would help if I put a little bit more ink on there. There we go. Should we pop on this one? Should we have a little bit of this? This is beautiful, isn't it? Loving this colour. Again, just making it up as I go along, and I think sometimes that really is the best way to do things. Don't need those bits. Let's put tiny bit, tiny bit under there. Just stick this like that. Lovely. And we'll have, what shall we have? This little bit of green. Just a little bit of green along there. Just a little grungy bit. Maybe I just have it so it sort of hangs down, shall we? Put a little bit of glue in there. Turn that over and stick that on. and then I'm just going to sew all the way along there, and then we can just cut them off. So I'm going to just sew these quickly just along the top. Okay, that was quick. So this one I've just did like a little wiggly line, and this one I've just done 2 lines going across. So I'm going to just, I think, just stick this on. I'm going to stick it with just a little bit of this. Don't think it really matters which way. A little bit of glue around the edge before I sew, just to pop this in place. Stick that on. Stick that around the side, and then we can just cut it to size like that. Make sure I don't cut the little bit of ribbon. There we go, little pocket. How lovely. Now I must remember to put the glue lids back on. There we go. Let's go this way a little bit. Don't want to cut too much of that off, so that's pop that inside a little bit. Chop this off. Oops. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Look at that. I think these are going to look really nice. Now I'm going to sew around them before I stick anything on the front. So 2 secs. Okay, lovely. So I have just sewn around the edge of these, and I think they look really, really nice. So let's just get, look, so you can pop a little card in there. That one's obviously too big, but you've got like a little pocket, so you can just pop a little note or something in there. So shall we pop a little word or something on the front? Let's have a look. What have we got? Shall we have enchanted? That looks nice on there, doesn't it? Enchanted, and we will have follow the fairies. I think I might have, no, I quite like them at the top. So these are lovely. A little bit of ink around the edge. Look at the state of my daubers. I really am gonna have to order some, because I keep saying that and I haven't. There we go. Okay, love it. Now I'm not going to put anything on these. I'm just going to glue them straight down like that. Let's just glue these straight on. Make sure we've got them up the right way. There we go. There we go. Follow the fairies. How lovely. Okay, so I think that's those done, and then we can have something in there. So we've got a pocket to put these into. I think that's quite dry, is it? So you can either have 2 in there. I think it probably only needs 1. So I'm going to, we've got a nice little paper clip there. Let's have a look. I wonder if I could put something on here. So when you open that up, oh, I could just pop, no. That would look nice, wouldn't it? So enchanted, so that opens up. Maybe I'll pop something across here. A little pocket in a pocket in a flap. That's what I'm going to do. Let's take these out of the way. So we want it sort of there, don't we? So what shall we have? Shall we have like a little, Should we have like a little fabric pocket? I'm going to have to get some more cheesecloth because I am loving this cheesecloth. If that pokes up over the top, that looks even nicer, doesn't it? I'm going to use the whole piece. Well, not all of it. Let me just cut that piece off. Let's wrinkle that up like that. So if we pop you there, which side should we have this nice grungy bit? Take that bit off. Or should we have that bit at the top? That's a nice grungy bit, isn't it? I like it coming over the top, I think. And I think what I might do, I wonder if I could just sew a little piece onto there. I'm going to sew that on there like that. Try and wrinkle it up a little bit on there. So we've got that pocket, so 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I've just sewn that on top of there. Let's just cut this little bit off. Like this. Okay, let's take all these little bits off. So where do we say we were going to have it? That goes on there. That will stick down. And that comes up over the top. I do like that. And then we can pop something on here so it sort of like looks like it's coming down as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick that on there. So we need to hold this down so it's in place. So let's stick this side down first. Like that. Let's pop you in. Is that right? So you need to come up here. Stick down. Just going to make sure I'm not making it too small. To pop that in. What's that like? Love it. Absolutely love it. And then pull that out so I don't stick it down. Pop a little bit along the bottom. Just like that. How lovely is that? Now I've got to be careful, I need to let that dry. So that sits in there. So now what I need to do, I'm going to just add something to here so it looks like it's coming down from here as well, I think. Let's just chop a section off. Don't need all of that. We unwrap this piece. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Just have a little wiggly bit down there. Just like this. Fabulous. Doesn't that look lovely? Shall we have a little bow? Do we have any of this left? Do you think I can make this into a little bow? Or is that a little bit too small? I think that's going to be a little bit too fiddly for me. Let's use the green. I do like bows. These little bows look nice, don't they? because I've got another idea I would like to do, probably in another video, just a little embellishment which I think would hang off these bows. Just lovely. I'm going to pop it just to the side. So I will do that in my next video. Okay. There we go. Love it. Absolutely love it. So that goes through there. That's got our little pocket. So I think that looks really, really lovely. Pop that in there. There's room as well, so you can pop other stuff in there. That goes across. We've done that little one there. Let's get rid of that. Got a nice where magic and nature meet. All our little bits and pieces. That goes in there and that goes in there. Perfect. So which one did we do? Can't remember now. So we did this one, which is the Enchanted Forest. I'm loving that. Love the little dingly danglies. Love my dingly danglies. And then we've done our little Follow the Fairies one with a little pocket. This one and that one. Love it. Okay guys, that's going to be it for today. I will come back. I'll just tidy my mess up and then I will do another video showing you another idea I have, which is a little bit more sparkly, a little bit of bling, a little bit of sparkle to go into our journals. So there we go guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I've given you some ideas. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right guys, bye bye.